Life can be filled with some of the extremes or strange occurrences that beats our imagination. Some will leave you laughing and others will make you sad. We are going to look at 10 weird stories and facts of Africa that will leave you amazed and stunned. Number 1. A telegram from IddiAmin. In the early 1970s, the British faced an economic recession. IddiAmin Dada, the leader of Uganda, sent the British government a telegram that reads, "Today, 21st January 1974, the people of Kigezi district donated 1 lorry load of vegetables and wheat. I am now requesting you to send an aircraft to collect this donation urgently before it goes bad. I hope you will react quickly so as not to discourage Ugandans from donating more." Number 2. Godfrey Chitalu gives referee a false name as Dennis Law. The Zambian and African football legend has always been an admirer of the Manchester United and Scottish striker Dennis Law. On July 8, 1967, Godfrey Chitalu was booked by the referee, Arthur Davis, in a league match for foul play. When the referee asked for his name, he gave his name as Dennis Law. He was immediately sent off by the referee. For giving the referee a false name, he was suspended for the rest of the season by the disciplinary committee of the Football Association. Way to go, Dennis Law. Sorry, Godfrey Chitalu. Zaire beating 9-0 at FIFA World Cup. In the FIFA World Cup tournament in 1974, Zaire, now known as the Democratic Republic of Congo, were hammered 9-0 by Yugoslavia in their second group match of the tournament. The performance of the players was so abysmal that it infuriated the football world. It was later discovered that the players were playing in protest over unpaid allowances and bonuses. Number 4. You have heard of World War, Battle of Waterloo. What about the Guinea Fowl War? Well, the Guinea Fowl War was named after a conflict that occurred in 1994 between the Konkumba and Nanumba tribes of northern Ghana. The background story is where the catch is. A Konkumba man and a Nanumba man quarreled over the price of a guinea fowl, and it went violent, leading to the death of one of the men. This issue escalated into a conflict that lasted 2 years and caused about 2,000 deaths. Over 500 villages were destroyed, and hundreds of thousands of lives got displaced. As an African proverb goes, there is no smoke without fire. It happened that the Kukumba and the Nanumba already had contentions over land ownership. The Guinea fowl just became a catalyst for one of the deadliest conflicts in Ghana history. Number 5. Imagine being unemployed in the Central African Republic during the rule of Jean Bedel Bokassa. Well, Jean Bedel Bokassa imposed a rule that punished men and women between the ages of 18 and 55 years who did not have a job. If you are not able to prove your employment status when confronted, you will be fined or imprisoned. Number 6 is a recent event. Idris Deby dies in war. People die in war, but why was this a fascinating and weird news? Idris Deby was the president of Chad, and as we generally know, modern leaders don't go to the battlefield as in bygone years. The best is to give instructions from the corner of their presidential villa or bunker. But Idris Deby dared to be different as he went to command the Chad army in a battle against militants. He died from the bullet shots of the enemy. Number 7. Lesotho is entirely surrounded by South Africa. In other words, South Africa is the southern, western, eastern, and northern neighbor of Lesotho. Number 8. Djibouti scrapped its senior national team. In the qualifiers for the African Cup of Nations 2017, Djibouti lost all of their 6 matches. Well, where there is life, there is hope. In the qualifiers for the next tournament, Djibouti beat South Sudan 2-0. Good news. But in the return leg encounter, they were wallowed by 6 goals to nothing. The drama started when Djibouti was given a 5-1 drubbing by Ethiopia in their next international assignment. This was too much for the authorities to handle, and they announced a dissolution of the national team. The second leg against the Ethiopians was therefore abandoned. the Confederation of African Football fined the country $20,000 for that decision. The good news is that the Djibouti senior national team was revived again in 2019. We hope they find more room for improvement. Number 9. The Namibia tribe still dressing the Victorian way. I am sure you are familiar with movies set in the years before the 20th century. This gives us an opportunity to see Victorian style dresses. Well, when you go to Namibia, there is a tribe called the Herero. They still dress the Victorian way. They are not casts for a movie, but are everyday people. Dressing this way is a way of life of the Herero tribe. In recent years, this way of dressing is more confined to weddings and funeral ceremonies. The Herero people are still keeping an old-fashioned sense alive. Finally, the favorite sports of Senegal. When you hear of Senegal and sports, I am sure for the most of us, our minds go to football, especially when we remember some of their famous players and also their exploits at the 2002 FIFA World Cup. Well, football is not the number one sport of Senegal. That honor goes to wrestling. If you have not heard it right, wrestling. Thank you very much for watching. Which of these 10 strange and weird presentations on Africa stands you the most? Please share with us in the comment section and don't forget to subscribe and like the content.